The Building Bridges initiative is today holding its second campaign rally at the Bukungu Stadium in Kakamega County. The first campaign rally was held in Kisii last weekend. And ahead of the Kakamega meeting, the allies of the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, together with ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi and Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula, were also planning a parallel meeting in Mumias. And that meeting in Mumias was going to be planned as part of the revival for Mumias Sugar Company. But earlier today morning, something very interesting happened. News emerged that both Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi were going to attend the Bukungu Stadium meeting. And I asked myself several questions. And then I remembered yesterday in the evening, I shared moments with some of my friends who are senior officials within the ODM party. We met somewhere in Kisumu. They were heading to Bukungu Stadium. And we just talked politics as usual. But there are certain things I gathered from them. That the organizers of the Bukungu meeting, led by Ndugu Francis Atwoli, led by Eugene Wamalwa, and led by Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, were not keen on Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula coming on board, because they felt that those two individuals really frustrated that meeting. So when I heard the news that these two individuals were attending this event, I asked myself, why are they attending? I later on gathered that Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula were attending that event because President Uhuru and Kenyatta placed a phone call to them and convinced them to attend that meeting. And I laughed at them. I laughed at them because that move by President Uhuru Kenyatta to place a call to them, in my view, was a masterstroke. It was genius. And that move by the president to call these guys, in my view, was intended to achieve three things. Number one, it was intended to destroy Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula in Western Kenya politics. And I'm going to explain to you how that phone call has destroyed the career now of these guys in Western Kenya. Number two, that call, which convinced Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula to attend the Bukungu Stadium, has also successfully isolated William Samoei Ruto in Western Kenya politics. And I'm going to explain that also just shortly. And number three, if indeed that phone call was made by President Uhuru Kenyatta, then it has elevated three individuals in Western Kenya. It has elevated Governor Oparanya, it has elevated Eugene Wamalwa, and of course the KOTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli. So today I want us to look at this move by President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga to force Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula to attend the Bukungu Stadium, and how it's going to destroy them, and how that move is going to isolate the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto from Western Kenya politics, and how that move is going to elevate two individuals from Western Kenya, that is Governor Wycliffe Oparanya of Kakamega County. And Eugene Wamalwa, the cabinet secretary. But before you do that, if you're bumping on this video for the first time, I just want you to take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. Now, back to the main issue. In politics, the only constant factor is interest. And not just interest. The only constant factor is personal interest. So why did President Uhuru Kenyatta place a phone call to Musalia Mudavadi? And why was there a plan to isolate Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula from this Western Kenya event from the onset? Because if you look at the way this Building Bridges initiative is being driven from Kisii, now Kakamega, next weekend in Mombasa, you can only conclude one thing. That there is already a predetermined outcome. And that outcome is the position of the Prime Minister and the two assistants. And I watched the governor for Vihiga reading the resolutions of Western Kenya leaders today at Bukungu. That resolution was made when they met in Bungoma. And they've proposed the creation of those positions. And one guy has been consistent. That guy is Ndugu Francis Atwoli. So that phone call by President Uhuru Kenyatta, in my view, was a genius move on him. And it's serving his interest when Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula took themselves from wherever they were and took themselves to Bukungu Stadium. And that phone call has done three things, the three things I said. Let me start with number one. It has destroyed completely the political career of Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi. Let me explain to you. Number one, there is no any other politician or political camp which will trust Musalia Mudavadi. The allies of the deputy president had banked on Musalia Mudavadi. And they readily accepted Musalia Mudavadi as the head of the Luhya nation. What has happened? Wanakula tear gas pale Mumias. Mudavadi has sneaked his way to Bukungu Stadium. So no politician will trust Musalia Mudavadi again. Number two is, what is Musalia Mudavadi's position on the Building Bridges initiative? Is he supporting it? Or is he opposed to it? I'm emphasizing Musalia Mudavadi because when I spoke with my friends yesterday, they told me Mudavadi was the only problem. Wetangula is a nobody. So what is the political stand of Musalia Mudavadi on Building Bridges initiative? Is he supporting it? Is he opposed to it? Can someone trust Musalia Mudavadi to push the agenda of the Building Bridges initiative? Nobody will ever trust Musalia Mudavadi to push for the agenda of the Building Bridges initiative. Number three, Musalia Mudavadi, that act alone by the president calling him and him agreeing to come, that move confirms that indeed Western Kenya can move without Musalia Mudavadi. Because from the onset, these guys were opposed to this meeting. And these guys were saying, this meeting is going to go on, whether you come or you don't. And of course, they've organized a meeting. So how do you think it's going to impact on Musalia Mudavadi? He's attending an event. He was not part of the organizing team. He doesn't know anything about him. He's seated there. Then a resolution is picked. And they're reading the resolution. So basically, because of those three reasons, and there could be others which you can explain, Musalia Mudavadi is done in Western Kenya politics. Nobody is going to take Musalia Mudavadi serious. Uhuru Kenyatta will not take him. Raila Odinga will not take him. His supporters will not take him seriously. The allies of the deputy president will not take Musalia Mudavadi seriously. And that's how Musalia Mudavadi is finished. Now let's go to number 2, the second point which I said. Isolating the deputy president. How has this move by the president isolated the vice president or the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto? How has it done it? It's very simple. If you followed very closely the organizers of the Mumias event, they were very clear that that Mumias event was going to be about the lawyers and their economy. And they chose one of the bedrock of the lawyers community, which is sugar industry. And in Western Kenya, it's not about sugar industry. It's normally about Mumias Sugar Company. Mumias Sugar Company, there's no lawyer household which has never been impacted with Mumias Sugar Factory. So they chose Musalia Mudavadi as the face. And they were very clear that it's Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. And in most of those press conferences, they'll name them, and the Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula would in most cases be present in those meetings. Now let's assume in today, Musalia Mudavadi went to Mumias Sugar. To Mumias for that rally. Yeye na Wetangula, assuming they went there. What would be Kenyans talking about today? Kenyans would be talking about Musalia Mudavadi, about Moses Wetangula, and William Ruto. So basically, it would have given William Ruto the strength in Western Kenya. But now he has been isolated. And I've seen allies of the deputy president addressing the press in Western Kenya. So it means in Western Kenya, it's now clear that the people opposing the Building Bridges initiative are the allies of the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. What can that tell you for those who follow politics? Insubordination. Because if the president took his time and took his phone and called Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, what stopped him from calling the deputy president, William Ruto, and ask him to talk to his allies to stop organizing that parallel event? It means that the president wanted to isolate the DP. And with that alone, he has successfully done that. So the DP and his allies are the only people who are opposed to the Building Bridges initiative from Western Kenya. And the president was very clear that he's taking responsibility for the Building Bridges initiative. But the only people now opposing him in Western Kenya are the allies of the deputy president. Sijui kama mmelewa hiyo. And number 3 is that this move has elevated 2 individuals, Eugene Wamalwa and Governor Wycliffe Oparanya. And how is this possible? Oparanya and Eugene Wamalwa, and through the leadership of Francis Atwoli, because Francis Atwoli is actually the guy behind all this, they managed to bring together the governor for Vihiga, Wilbur Otichilo. They were able to bring together the governor for Busia, Sospita Ojamong. They were able to bring the governor for Bungoma, Wilbur Otichilo. No, for Bungoma is Wamangati, Wycliffe. And they were also able to bring the governor for Trans Nzoia on board. That tells you that these two individuals controls Western Kenya. Apart from that, if you go to Vihiga, George Aniri is supporting the Building Bridges initiative. Is a senator for ANC. You go to Kakamega, the senator for Kakamega is who? Cleophas Malala, another ANC. So basically, these two individuals have now been elevated, and now they can speak for the people of Western Kenya. I don't know what you think, but from where I am, the president has successfully destroyed Musalia Mudavadi from Western Kenya politics. He has successfully isolated the deputy president, because from today it will be clear that the people who didn't attend the Building Bridges initiative meeting are the allies of the DP, and by that the issue of Mumias is now not there. Then again, the president and Raila Odinga have now found allies from Western, and those allies are Eugene Wamalwa and Governor Oparanya. I don't know what you think. But again, if you go deep into the people who attended that event, it's also very telling. Johnson Sakaja was at that event. What can you interpret his presence in that meeting to mean? I want to tell me that in the comment section, because I'm preparing a list of those who attended that event from Western Kenya so that we can figure out. There was Atwoli, his presence there. There was Tim Wanyonyi. Basically, all the loyal leaders from Nairobi attended this event, including the ones, Sakaja is a Jubilee. He attended this event. I don't know what you think. And just like I said, if you're bumping on this video for the first time, I want you to just take a minute, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss anytime we produce another video like this. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your support, because without your support, this channel would not be where it is today. And just like I keep on making one single request, I want you to help me generate or to create interactions. You can only do that by giving the video thumbs up or down, or thumbs down, so that I know whether the video adds value or not from those thumbs up and thumbs down. And also for those who can drop their comment, just drop your comments, because from the comments I'll be able to read and learn more about what you guys think. Thank you guys, and may you guys have a good